Dante threatens Jason over what happened to Rocco. And spoiler leaves Port Charles General Hospital. Spoilers for Friday, May 9, reveal that Willow Corinthos and Sasha Gilmore Corbin will have a showdown while Jen Sidwell tries to strike a deal with Sonny Corinthos. Lulu Spencer will also warn Danny Morgan, so let's discuss what's in store. In Portia Robinson's office, Drew Kane will insist they've barely scratched the surface of what she can do. If Portia continues to act like she can't influence Curtis Ashford and what he does at Aurora, Drew may admit he's got even more dirt on her. Since Drew knows Portia was involved in his drugging plot, he may use that to intensify his threats on Friday's GH episode. Speaking of threats, Jason Morgan will remain concerned about the one Dante Falconieri just made. Dante insisted Danny could be charged with accessory to manslaughter, so Jason will question him about that soon enough. Are you threatening to charge Danny with manslaughter? Jason asks Dante in Friday's preview video. Of course, it'd be hard for Dante to make something that extreme stick since Rocco Falconieri is alive and on the mend following his alcohol poisoning ordeal. Plus, Danny didn't do much beyond wandering off to play volleyball, so Dante is just continuing his over-the-top blame game. Rocco's the one who decided to drink himself into such a horrible state, so maybe Dante needs to stop coddling his son instead of holding everyone else responsible. It looks like Danny will stop by Lulu Spencer's place to check on Rocco later, so Lulu will want to get a few things straight with him. Although Lulu may offer up a lecture, she probably won't be as harsh as Dante since she's been more understanding about the whole situation. That said, Lulu may warn Danny to never drag Rocco into a situation that dangerous again. After Willow talks to Curtis about his Aurora coverage and perhaps pushes him to back off Drew, she'll have a run-in with Sasha. Willow and Sasha are gearing up for quite a showdown, so stay tuned for updates on the tense scenes ahead. In the meantime, Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and Harrison Chase will sit down for a meeting with Alexis Davis, so they may get some legal advice as they prepare to adopt a child. Back with Lulu, she'll quiz Ned Quartermaine for her adoption story, so she should get him to open up about his experience raising Leo Quartermaine. Lulu may also fish for info that could bolster her theory that Giovanni Gio Palmieri is Brooke Lynn and Dante's son, but Ned is totally in the dark and has no idea his daughter even got pregnant as a teen. As for Tracy, she'll face a surprise or two in Friday's episode. We'll also see Tracy pose a mom or mob question to Ned, so she may think he needs to pick a side. Finally, Sidwell will propose a deal to Sonny and insist it could work to their mutual advantage. Jordan Ashford will be there to help Sidwell sell this, but could Sonny ever trust him enough to enter an agreement? That probably depends on whether Sidwell can truly make this arrangement worthwhile as promised. Sonny will definitely have some reservations considering Sidwell's reputation and past crimes. General Hospital spoilers say Sidwell will give Sonny news on what he's thinking and make predictions about this being a beautiful partnership, so don't miss Sonny's reaction. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. General Hospital stars Cameron Matheson and Maurice Benard chatted on the State of Mind podcast recently, and Cameron explained that since his LA home burned down, he and his former wife, Vanessa, grew closer. The loss of the home where the couple made so many memories devastated the family. However, out of the ashes, something good began to flourish. That's not to say the ABC star will get back with Vanessa. However, it's probably a big comfort to the kids, Layla, 18, and Lucas, 21. During Sunday's podcast, Cameron told Maurice Benard that he ended up staying over with Vanessa after the home burned down. Then the All My Children alum said that the loss of their home brought us much closer together for sure. Talking about the split, the real-life Drew Kane also said that initially they were very happy. "We had a beautiful marriage for many, many, many years," he said a bit wistfully. "However, they eventually split because I wanted to kind of have my own space. Additionally, I'm sure she wanted to have her own space because we've been separated now for almost a year and a half." Lucas and Layla were broken when Vanessa and Cameron Matheson split because they had held their mom and dad on a pedestal. The pain of a broken home doesn't dissolve in an instant, but as their parents seem closer now, perhaps life looks a bit brighter for them. "We had a beautiful marriage for a long time," Cameron recalled. "Sometimes the kids would discuss that, but things happen, things change. We fell apart, breaking their hearts." Much of the podcast was taken up with the actor playing Drew Kane telling real-life Sonny Corinthos about how he suffered so much loss in his life. The home fire seemed the ultimate tragedy. He explained how shattered he felt when he stood outside his devastated home, with his life's memories literally in ashes at his feet. Struggling to find the words, the GH star described the moment as a bizarre and jarring disconnect. In the comments section, many people said that they also lost their homes. However, the family reconnect resonated with others. One fan wrote, "Great conversation, Maurice. Praying for Cameron, his family." Another ABC fan said, "Yes, very moving and inspirational in terms of tools to enhance resilience. Thank you both for a great interview. Sorry you and your family had to go through all that, Cameron. Are you glad to hear that despite grief and loss, Vanessa and Cameron Matheson became closer than they were before? Let us know in the comments below, and come back here often for all your General Hospital cast news and updates." General Hospital spoilers suggest that Carly Spencer has her plate full lately. Not only is she a pillar of support for her ex-husband, Sonny Corinthos, as he recently underwent cardiac surgery, but she's also helping Nina Reeves break up Willow Tate Corinthos and Drew Kane. On top of that, she's giving Lulu Spencer advice the Brooklyn Quartermain chases adoption secret, dishing out tough love to Danny Morgan over his role in Rocco Falconeri's alcohol poisoning, and also romancing DSB agent Jack Brennan. So naturally, it would be shocking for fans to learn that the character's portrayer recently suffered a knee injury and has been working the entire time. Actress Laura Wright recently told Soap Opera Digest that she injured her knee playing pickleball. She mentions it was a singles match, and not with her partner, Wes Ramsey. She goes to say that when she went to run up, she made a weird side-to-side movement, and her knee popped out of joint very fast and popped back in. She adds that nothing was swollen, and while it was sore, everything seemed fine. She did get off the pickleball court, iced her knee, and began wearing a brace. However, other than that, she thought she was okay. That is, until she returned to work after the excursion. Wright tells Saudi, "I had all these scenes in Carly's kitchen with Maurice. I went to get up and move, just stand up and walk, and my knee popped out again. Literally, it was some side motion with how I turned my foot and went to step up." As a result, Wright remained seated on the kitchen stool for the duration of her scenes in that episode. Wright tells Sode that the next day, she had a brace within scenes, but her knee popped out again with the same motion. The crew advised the actress to just park it on the stool. So if fans are wondering why Carly was on the stool for a few episodes while in her kitchen, this was the reason. Carly sitting on the stool in the kitchen made sense, but Wright revealed it was frustrating not being able to move around the set. As for her knee, it's been fine since. She also adds that she wears a brace if she's doing anything where significant movement is required. She has to be careful to pay attention to that side-to-side motion. Plus, the good news is that she won't be abandoning pickleball. She just has to wear a knee brace and play doubles. No more single play for this actress. General Hospital spoilers hint that the Giovanni Gio Palmieri secret may be exposed at the nurses' ball. Is that when Lulu Spencer will finally reveal Brooklyn Quartermain and Dante Falconeri's son? The story is really picking up steam now that Dante has blown up at Gio over Rocco Falconeri's recent medical ordeal. Dante unfairly blamed Gio for Rocco's alcohol poisoning and was way too harsh with him. Of course, every soap fan knows that before a big reveal involving a long-lost child, there has to be conflict. There'd be no drama if Gio and Dante were getting along just fine when the secret of his identity came out. Now that GH writers have established some hostility and have given Lulu a few more clues to follow up on, it definitely feels like the shocking Gio reveal is coming up soon. Lulu clearly has a hunch that Gio is the son Brooklyn gave up for adoption, which is why she's decided to look into where Lois Cerullo was when Gio was born. Gio's birth supposedly happened in Los Angeles, but that's a lie since Brooklyn confirmed she had her baby in San Francisco. Once Lulu goes digging, she's bound to follow this California trail and click any remaining puzzle pieces into place. Lulu may end up feeling confident that Lois took Brooklyn's baby and handed him off to Camilla, the woman who adopted Gio and became the only mother he ever knew. After Lulu realizes Brooklyn and Dante are Gio's biological parents, she may not be able to hold her tongue any longer. Major drama always happens backstage at the nurses' ball, so that may be when this revelation comes to light. It's easy to imagine Dante stumbling upon another confrontation between Brooklyn and Lulu, which could end with Lulu blurting out the truth to the both of them. Dante will have a lot to process since he never even knew about Brooklyn's pregnancy. It'll be hard for Dante to wrap his head around the fact that he's got another son, especially one he just berated and threatened to have arrested. As for Brooklyn, she'll think back on all the special moments she's shared with Gio and the connection they have. That connection may suddenly make sense to Brooklyn, who might wander out front to tearfully watch Gio's nurses' ball performance. Brooklyn may see Gio with fresh eyes and watch him as his loving mother in that moment. Bottom line, Lulu is on the verge of confirming her Gio suspicions, and the nurses' ball is set to kick off starting May 20. The timing definitely fits for a Gio nurses' ball shocker, so we'll bring you updates on all Lulu's predictions leading up to the stunning news ahead. General Hospital spoilers say the nurses' ball will bring some conflict and chaos no matter what, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers for the week of May 12, 2025 are here. Fans can expect Emma Scorpio Drake to make a horrifying discovery. Meanwhile, Drew Kane's revenge backfires. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the ABC soap opera. Let's begin with Lulu Spencer, who was curious and suspicious about Lois Cerullo's outburst. Dante Falconeri ripped into Giovanni Gio Palmieri for Rocco Falconeri's alcohol poisoning. That is when Lois tried to jump in to defend Gio. However, Lois' words raised some raised eyebrows. Lulu made a note to herself to find out where Lois was when Gio was born. So eventually, Lulu will figure out that Gio is Dante and Brooklyn Quartermain's son. However, Gio's eyes sure narrowed as he vented about Dane's blasting session to Emma. So this father-slash-son bombshell might have some complications. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Brooklyn and Harrison Chase will move forward with their own adoption plans. However, there could be some obstacles and roadblocks. The longer that BLQ waits for her own baby, the more she could want to find out the identity of her own son. Fans will also see the aftermath of Jen Sidwell's proposal. It's not clear who this is with, but there is sure to be fireworks. Meanwhile, Drew will get revenge, but it could backfire. Drew seems to believe that Tracy Quartermain is responsible for his drugging, so that could have Drew launching a revenge scheme, only Tracy is innocent. Meanwhile, Portia Robinson tries to cover her tracks, hopefully without anyone getting punished for her own crime. Over with Willow Tate Corinthos, she will be more committed to Drew than ever before. Just how desperate will Mayna Reeves get to eliminate Drew from her daughter's life? There is also the outcome of Ty Taylor's surgery. While everything seems fine in the beginning, could there be some complications ahead? Either way, expect Trina Robinson to be a solid support system for Kai, although she foreshadowed complications. Emma will get a rude awakening after turning in her assignment to Professor Henry Hank Dalton. The corrupted file could be Emma's horrifying discovery next week. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Jacks could feel guilty about deceiving Emma. General Hospital spoilers and updates tease Sonny Corinthos might be shaken by Giovanni Gio Palmieri's health emergency. Could Sonny's hidden grandson be the next one in peril? At this juncture, Sonny is weary of witnessing his loved ones find themselves in perilous situations due to his actions. Michael Corinthos narrowly escaped death in the penthouse explosion, prompting Sonny to seek a safer existence for those he cherishes. This is why Sonny intends to leave the mob, but first, he must uncover the identity of the person behind the attempts on his life and neutralize this enigmatic foe. Regrettably, another individual might find themselves in jeopardy before Sonny can address the looming threat. Tracy Quartermain may have hinted at who that individual could be. In the April 28 episode of GH, Tracy delivered a chilling warning to Gio. She cautioned him about the perilous nature of Sonny, asserting that Gio would be at risk if Sonny remained in his life. Despite Gio's disbelief that his bond with Uncle Sonny could endanger him, Tracy persisted in her efforts to make him see the looming threat. Do you understand what happens to those who get drawn into Sonny's world? They either end up behind bars or worse. It would break my heart if anything happened to you, Tracy pleaded. If Tracy feels this strongly about Gio now, just think of her reaction when she discovers he is her great-grandson. A looming medical crisis for Gio is about to unfold, one that will alter everything. Gio holds deep appreciation for Sonny, his benefactor, who has consistently supported him throughout the years. Unbeknownst to Gio, Sonny is actually his grandfather, yet he regards Sonny as family and remains closely connected to him. This makes Tracy's warning of danger particularly alarming, especially with a genuine threat to Sonny's life intensifying. Much like Michael, Gio could easily find himself caught in a perilous situation due to Sonny, potentially leading to injuries. This scenario might even be the catalyst for revealing the truth about Gio's lineage. Gio might need some sort of medical donation, so Lois Cerullo might be forced to come clean in an effort to find Gio a match. What if no Cerullo's match? Regardless, Sonny is worried about his loved ones getting hurt because of him. Tracy is basically worried about the same thing. Gio may be next in line for some Sonny-related danger, so Tracy's predictions about the risks could come true. Although Gio will survive whatever might be in store, there could be some scary moments for Sonny and everyone else who cares about Gio. Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Dante Falconieri might find out the truth about their son right when they fear they're going to lose him. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, May 9, 2025 are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Lulu Spencer to grill Ned Quartermain. Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Harrison Chase meet with Alexis Davis. Plus, Jen Sidwell issues another proposition. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the ABC soap opera. In tomorrow's episode, expect Jordan Ashford and Sidwell to meet with Sonny Corinthos. In a preview clip, Sidwell laughs and then corrects Sonny, saying he's there to make a deal. The villain adds that it will be a deal that is mutually beneficial for them both. However, it doesn't look like Sonny is too pleased. Over at the hospital, Drew Kane will continue threatening Portia Robinson. Brad Cooper made a deal with Drew and is leaving town with a wad of cash. Meanwhile, Portia will try to convince Drew that she can't control Curtis Ashford. Drew really doesn't care and tells Portia that they've barely scratched the surface of what she can do. So it sounds like Drew doesn't plan on having Portia arrested, but is going to make her do his bidding. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, May 9 reveal that Lulu questions Ned. Now, this has to do with Lois Cerullo defending Giovanni Gio Palmieri to Dante Falconeri. Lulu made a note to find out Lois' location during Gio's birth. Lulu probably assumes that Ned will remember where Lois was all those years ago. Ned might wonder what this has to do with, though. Lois has maintained that she didn't even tell her husband about Brooke Lynn's teen pregnancy. So will Lulu's questioning have Ned confronting Lois? Of course, it's also possible that Ned might have found out over the years and just never said anything to Lois. At the same time, this really isn't Lulu's story or her business. Fans will also see Sasha Gilmore Corbin and Willow Tate Corinthos have another tense encounter. Willow also confronts Curtis about the article. Back to Lulu, she tells Danny Morgan that they need to get a few things straight. Over with Jason Morgan, he asks Dante Falconeri if he's threatening to charge Danny with manslaughter. Plus, Brooke Lynn and Chase will meet with Alexis. Meanwhile, Tracy Quartermaine confronts Lois as Ned observes. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? It's funny now to think that there was ever a time that General Hospital didn't have big plans for Ava Jerome. But when As the World Turns Emmy winner Maura West was cast, the character was only expected to stick around for 5 episodes. Clearly, the actress name on the dotted line changed things, and fast. The powers that be realized that the fates had smiled upon them and stuck a longer contract beneath their new hire's pen before the ink could even dry. Ever since her May 8, 2013, arrival in Port Charles, West has, and we don't use this word lightly, dazzled, turning in performances that have taken Ava from the heights of seductiveness to the depths of despair, from stunning opportunism to stunning in a whole different way vulnerability. For her efforts, the MVP has added a bunch more Emmy nominations to her long list of M, as well as a third victory in 2015. It bears mentioning, too, that there is no star in daytime currently, perhaps not ever, that better than West embodies the enviable cool of old Hollywood goddesses like Rita Hayworth and Bette Davis. It's a treat to get to watch her every afternoon on General Hospital. But if we had to pony up to see her on the big screen, we'd do it in a heartbeat. In fact, when we say, they don't make 'em like that anymore, her inimitable presence never fails to remind us to add, except for her. Watch West below in her first General Hospital scenes, with no less than Anthony Geary as Luke Spencer. And see if you don't agree that the sizzle coming off of her could have made even Lauren Bacall go, wait a minute, who's this dame? West knew from the start that she had her work cut out for her playing Ava. As she told TV Guide way back when, viewers are supposed to hate her, but what you want is that they love to hate her. Still, you can't worry about it. You play what they give you, and, hopefully, let the viewers see that if you scratch that surface, there is a heart and soul somewhere under there. General Hospital spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for Thursday, May 8, 2025. It shows Dante Falconeri blaming Jason Morgan. Nina Reeves vents to Curtis Ashford. Plus, Drew Kane issues a warning to Tracy Quartermaine. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the ABC soap opera. Let's begin with Nina, who decides to go vent to a friend. Sitting with Curtis, Nina blows up about the situation with Drew. Anna and Portia Robinson weren't planning on their drugging scheme to backfire. Now Portia is panicking but does find some news on a computer screen. Meanwhile, Nina asks Curtis when will they finally get rid of Drew. Portia needs to know just how much Drew knows. The doctor will start peppering Willow Tate Corinthos for information. Portia will need to be careful about her questioning, though. The last thing she wants to do is set Willow off or make her suspicious. Meanwhile, it seems Drew is still barking up the wrong tree. Right now, Drew blames Tracy. In fact, in a preview clip, Drew promises that the person responsible for his drugging and scandal are going to face justice. That person isn't Tracy, although she could get roped into Nina and Portia's scheme. Over with Brad Cooper, he already made a deal with Drew. Next, he will make another life-changing decision. Maybe Brad decides to leave town with his $1 million, knowing he has just made a huge mistake. That could explain why Lucas Jones wonders what the hell happened in a preview clip. General Hospital spoilers for today's episode reveal that Elizabeth Liz Baldwin questions Isaiah Gannon. Over with Dante, he will continue blaming everyone except Rocco Falconeri. Apparently, Rocco doesn't make his own decisions, and it's everyone else's fault that he nearly drank himself to death. Dante already blamed Danny Morgan, Giovanni Gio Palmieri, and next, he'll unleash on Jason Morgan. For a cop, Dan sure doesn't use his brain much. As for Gio, he already looks like he's starting to resent Dante. So by the time the adoption truth comes out, Gio and Dante could already have even more complicated issues, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Is this the last we'll see of Brad after his life-changing decision on the May 8, 2025 episode of General Hospital? Brad went from being a character we love to hate to someone we hate to love since his return to Port Charles. Sure, he was involved in some GH lab schemes and passed Wiley off as his and Lucas' son for a year, but when he came back to town last year, it was as a changed man, until it wasn't. He tried, he really did. He wanted to better himself for Lucas. But once he got his hands on the information that Portia tampered with Heather's test results, all bets were off. He blackmailed the chief of staff into allowing him to join Lucas at a medical conference in Miami. But once Portia turned the tables and ordered Brad to secure her some ketamine to slip to Drew, that was his last straw. After exchanging that information with Drew for a payday, Brad decided it was time to say peace out to Port Charles. When Brad arrived at GH today, he stunned everyone in his gorgeous new suit. He alluded to making some changes, and it wasn't just in his style. After giving Portia his resignation, he said a final goodbye to Lucas before leaving. Despite their disastrous history and his new relationship with Marco, Lucas was still sad to see his ex-husband go. But is this really the end for Brad in Port Charles? Let us know what you think in the comments. In addition to Lulu questioning Ned, General Hospital spoilers for Friday, May 9, 2025, focus on Sasha and Willow having a tense encounter. Also, Sidwell makes an offer. Somehow, Lulu's sneaky ways have clued her into Brooke Lynn's and Lois's bombshell secrets, twice. First, when she broke into Martin's hotel room, she stumbled upon the adoption, Dante's the daddy news, and discovered the baby was a boy. On Wednesday, her eavesdropping skills allowed her to use her powers of deduction. While Lois and Dante argued about Gio's guilt or innocence regarding Rocco's beach party trouble, Lulu read between the lines. She connected the dots and, as a result, she will do her due diligence and investigate the matter. In her mind, she has already jumped to the very correct conclusion that Gio is Brooke Lynn and Dante's son. One of Lulu's next steps is to question Ned, who, as far as we know, is oblivious to everything. Will his answers help Lulu at all? Little do Brooke Lynn and Chase know that Lulu is close to unlocking the entire secret. After all, they don't know everything themselves. Instead, the husband and wife are looking to the future, specifically the expansion of their family. Maybe that's why Brooke Lynn and Chase meet with Alexis. They'll need her legal skills to guide them as they pursue adoption. Meanwhile, Tracy is surprised. Does she end up having a chat with Lulu? There was a bright spot at the burn site. General Hospital star Cameron Matheson returned to the scene of the fire. He lost his home and everything else in the wildfires that swept Los Angeles earlier this year, but there was one thing that survived. Matheson shared an update with his Instagram followers. He revealed that he returned to his home to sort out what was left after he lost his home to the wildfire in January. Matheson came across one treasured item that survived. It's still in somewhat fair condition, although it got cooked in the fire. I'm here at the burn site. Gotta be honest, it's not easy seeing every remnant of our house bulldozed out and cleared. But I want to talk about something that's a little positive. Matheson shared in his video. Mustang somewhat survived the fire. It was one of the few things that survived, and this car is very, very important to me and the kids for different reasons. The Mustang will need some work done on it, including a paint job. Matheson found that the keys were still in the ignition and the engine was working, but they still need a new key cylinder. They will also need new tires. Matheson will get a quote from the auto body shop so he can save this family vehicle. "She looks good from afar right now," Matheson said with a smile on his face. "Just wait until we get her painted." In his caption, he wrote sweet memories about this vehicle. 25 years with this 65 Mustang Fastback, and somehow it made it through the Eaton fire. The kids always dreamed of keeping it in the family for generations, so we're doing everything we can to bring it back to life. In his post, Matheson shared that his kids still want to drive this vehicle. He's trying to save it for their sake. Fans took to Matheson's post to share their thoughts. Most of them were happy to see him smiling. One fan wrote, "Good to see that you are smiling." Meanwhile, others shared thoughts and prayers. Some fans could relate to Matheson's story. One user commented, "So sorry about the fires that destroyed so much. Your car is beautiful. My son-in-law loves his too. We'll be praying for you to get back to some sort of normal and get your home rebuilt." Gio's parentage may finally be revealed. Will he save Rocco? Is General Hospital finally going to do it? Will Port Charles find out who Gio really is? It looks like now may be the time. Rocco is in trouble. The poor kid didn't want to go to a college party, but Danny convinced him. He was then peer pressured into drinking way too much and ended up in the hospital getting his stomach pumped. Odds are that it won't be just alcohol poisoning, it will be something much worse. He will need a blood transfusion, or a kidney, or another organ, and they will not be able to find a match. Lois just happened to be with Dant when he received the call about Rocco, so she is at GH for all the news. She will now be forced to reveal that Gio is Dant's son, and he will hopefully save Rocco's life. Tracy just learned that Brooklyn had a baby that she gave up for adoption when she was a teen. She was kind and understanding with her granddaughter, but her wrath came out with Lois. She was never fond of her former daughter-in-law, so she was happy to blame her for the entire situation. As everyone knows, the house is not Tracy's, but if it were, she might have tossed Lois out. Just wait until she realizes her great-grandson is Gio and Lois has been hiding him in plain sight. This storyline has gone on for a very long time, and it looks like it is finally coming to a dramatic conclusion. It will probably all work out in the end, but there is much drama to come. It might be time for Lois to go back to Bensonhurst. Do you think the truth will be revealed when Gio is a donor for Rocco? Let us know in the comments section. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.